皆さんこんにちは。インターバン6304です。今日はハワイのパイナップル畑を走ります。これはドールプランテーションの中にあるですね、巨大迷路です。この迷路はですね、
巨大迷路のやつ、巨大迷路、
世界で一番大きい巨大迷路ということでギネスブックにも載っています。人生は巨大迷路、これの時もよくこれの空中写真を使わせていただきました。それでは早速今回の目的パイナップルエクスプレスに乗りましょう。こちらで切符を買いましてホームの方に進んでいきます。途中には踏切もありましてですね、なかなか本格的な感じになってます。踏切を越えてパイナップルエクスプレスに乗車するためのホームが見えてきました。ここにですね、チケットを見せて
ウェイティングタイム
10分間待つらしいです。これが先に出発する列車です。なりは蒸気機関車なんですけれども、音が完全にディーゼル機関車です。これが我々が乗るですね、大機関車の列車ですね。それでは乗り込んでいきます。これが客席から見たドールプランテーションの建物ですね。こんな感じになっています。椅子は板張りで3人掛けですね。出発するらしく、ゲートが閉じられます。それではいよいよ出発です。私はもう喋りませんので、車窓の風景をお楽しみください。
At the end of the ride, you'll be exiting at a different platform. Wait till the train comes to a complete stop. Allow to change your steps, and you'll be exiting to the back of the train. Hello, everyone.
Plantation, and beautiful Wahiawa, Hawaii. This 2-mile, 20-minute train ride will take you through a working plantation where you'll view pineapple fields and a variety of other crops, including plants in early stages of growth and fields under preparation for planting. Along the route, you'll hear songs from local recording artist Manoa DNA. Their CD titled Pineapple Express is only available here at Dole Plantation. Thanks again for joining us. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Dole Plantation originally opened as a fruit stand in 1950, and over the years has welcomed millions of local residents and visitors from all over the world. Wahiawa has a long and rich history. Before the Hawaiian Islands were united by King Kamehameha I, Wahiawa was where Oahu chiefs and their armies lived, trained, and fought for control of the island. Wahiawa was also the birthplace of royal family members. Roughly translated, the name Wahiawa means place of rumbling. It was believed the rumbling sound of the thunderstorms common in the area were the voices of the ancestral gods welcoming an offspring of divine rank. Today, Wahiawa is home to people of all socioeconomic and ethnic backgrounds. If you can spare some time, visit one of the many shops and restaurants in Wahiawa town and experience the hometown pride and aloha spirit displayed by its residents. Okay, we're heading into the land of pineapple. The Hawaiian word for pineapple is halakahiki, which means foreign fruit. It is believed that pineapple first originated in Paraguay or Brazil. Carried aboard 15th and 16th century trade ships, pineapple was soon found growing as far away as Mexico, Australia, China, and India. Christopher Columbus brought pineapples back from his travels in the New World, and it quickly became a gourmet fruit throughout Europe. No one knows exactly how or when pineapples first arrived here in Hawaii, but historians believe that a Spanish shipwreck in 1527 off the south coast of Kona on the Big Island brought tools, garments, and plants, including pineapples, from Mexico to Hawaii. Captain John Kidwell is credited with founding Hawaii's pineapple industry. In the 1880s, he imported and tested a number of varieties and selected the cayenne variety for its cylindrical form and uniform texture. Most of the pineapple in Hawaii is grown at elevations below 3,000 feet. Good fruit quality is attributed to areas having a combination of relatively cool night temperatures, a high percentage of sunny days, and day temperatures ranging from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes Wahiawa perfect for growing pineapple. Hold on to your hats. At times, it can get quite windy out here. Fortunately, wind is seldom a problem for pineapple because it grows close to the ground and the fruit is protected by its hard outer shell. Now, some of you may be wondering why the soil is reddish in color. Well, it's because the decomposed volcanic ash in the soil results in high amounts of oxidized iron, which in turn causes the reddish tint. The hot iron content in the soil is good for growing pineapple. The red soil, however, is not so good on white clover. Okay, let's take a short break and enjoy some music performed by local recording artist Manoa DNA. There's a feeling that I get when I walk through my cafe. Oh, the spirit's calling out to me. Mother Nature whispers, birds begin to sing, and the waves start to roll. let's continue with our story of the pineapple. In Hawaii, pineapple is grown year-round. To prepare the field for planting, the soil is fumigated and covered with black plastic mulch. The plastic mulch serves a number of purposes. It confines the fumigant, helps hold in moisture, controls weeds and pests, and heats the soil to stimulate root growth. Once the field is prepared, the planting process begins. The green, leafy top of the pineapple, called the crown, is the preferred planting material used in Hawaii. Each crown is planted by hand. Using a spade-shaped tool, the planters dig a shallow hole through the plastic mulch. They then place the bottom of the crown directly in the hole. A skilled planter can plant over 10,000 pineapples a day, or nearly half an acre. To irrigate the fields, a tube is placed between the rows of pineapple. When water is needed, it is dripped from the tube directly onto the root. Fertilization is done by spraying a mixture of liquid nitrogen and iron directly on the plant. Harvesting, like planting, is also done by hand. The first crop, called a plant crop, takes about 20 months. The next crop, called the first ratoon, takes another 15 months. To harvest a pineapple, a crew of workers will walk through the rows of pineapple, twisting off the fruit and placing it on a thin conveyor. The fruit then moves along the conveyor to an infield harvester where the fruit is graded and packed in cartons. Even in the hot summer months, the workers must wear heavy clothing, gloves, and mesh goggles to protect themselves from the sharp, rigid leaves of the pineapple plant. After the last crop is harvested, the field is knocked down and a new cycle begins. So, how do you know when a pineapple is ready to be picked? Generally, you want to select a pineapple that is plump and fresh looking. In other words, the leaves and the crown should be fresh and green, and the body of the pineapple firm. Keep in mind though, a large pineapple doesn't necessarily mean the fruit will be better tasting or any riper than a smaller pineapple. Also, the color of the shell is not necessarily a sign of maturity or ripeness. A pineapple can be ripe when the shell is practically all green. Once the pineapple is picked, it'll not ripen any further or get any sweeter. So, the sooner they are eaten, the better. If you don't plan to use a fresh pineapple right away, store it in your refrigerator. It'll keep longer. Here's a little trivia for you. Did you know that pineapple is an excellent way to cap off a heavy meal? That's because fresh pineapples contain the enzyme bromelain, which is a natural digestive agent that breaks down protein. And for you aspiring chefs, here's a cooking tip. Use fresh pineapple in a meat marinade to add flavor and to help tenderize the meat. Besides being a tasty fruit, the pineapple is also regarded as a symbol of hospitality. Long ago, when the European colonists first traveled to North America, they brought pineapples with them, which they would place out on their porch, door, or entrance to their home. This was a symbol to their neighbors that their voyage is over, our door is open, food and drink for everyone. This tradition continued throughout the years, and to this day, the pineapple is seen as a symbol of hospitality, proudly displayed in residences and business establishments throughout the world. Whew, that's a lot of information. I think it's time for a musical interlude. Here's another song by the group Manoa DNA. I don't know the place that's where the mountains and the hills together as the mountains sway. When the other islands have a special place in your heart, we'll remind everybody, come and join us from your favorite melody. Only in Hawaii, birds of silver fill the castle to the warmth of the sun. Or go up to the top of all the hill and see all that you can. When you leave a special island with the more in your memory, spread the word that Ohana in Hawaii means your family. Celebrate your life in a place so nice. Dance the hula to your favorite melody. the Tanana Reservoir, and was constructed in the early 1900s. The reservoir holds roughly 155 million gallons of water and is used to irrigate the pineapple fields and other agricultural crops in this area. Now, if anyone tells you about a two-headed swamp creature seen in the deep end of the reservoir, don't believe them. We haven't seen it. But just in case, hold on to your loved ones until we're safely back at the station. So now we know a little bit more about pineapple and how it's grown and harvested. But who was responsible for developing the pineapple industry into what it is today? Does the name Dole sound familiar? James Drummond Dole arrived in Hawaii in 1899. The following year, he bought a 61-acre tract of land right here in Wahiawa, where he established his first pineapple plantation. James Dole wasn't the first person to grow pineapple in Hawaii, but he was certainly the most influential. Early on, James Dole knew that there would be a huge market for pineapple outside of Hawaii. However, the only logical way to reach this market was to pack and seal the pineapples in cans. As a result, in 1901, James Dole built a pineapple cannery here in Wahiawa, which marked the start of the Hawaiian Pineapple Company. Several years later, in 1907, the cannery was relocated to Honolulu Harbor, closer to the labor pool, shipping ports, and supplies. The Honolulu Cannery, at one time the world's largest cannery, remained in operation until 1991. As the demand for pineapple grew, so did the need for more land. So, in 1922, James Dole bought the island of Lanai and converted it from a cactus-covered island with 150 people into the largest pineapple plantation in the world. For nearly 70 years, Lanai, known as the Pineapple Island, operated as a pineapple plantation. In its heyday, the tiny island of Lanai supplied nearly 75% of the world's pineapple. By the 1930s, Hawaii was known as the pineapple capital of the world, and James Dole, the Pineapple King. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company he founded was now processing over 200,000 tons of pineapple a year, helping to make pineapple Hawaii's second largest industry, responsible for 90% of all the canned pineapple produced in the world. By the 1940s, there were 8 pineapple companies operating in Hawaii. By far the largest was James Dole's Hawaiian Pineapple Company, with plantations on Oahu and Lanai, and the cannery in Honolulu. At the time, the Hawaiian Pineapple Company controlled over half of all the pineapple land in Hawaii and employed nearly 3,000 permanent employees and over 4,000 seasonal employees. James Drummond Dole passed away in 1958 at the age of 80. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company he founded is now known the world over as Dole Fruit Company, and the Dole brand is one of the most recognized brands in the world. Another agricultural product that played a major role in this area was sugar. Back in the 1950s, there were over 20,000 acres of agricultural land in this area. Roughly half were pineapple fields and the other half sugarcane fields. One of the major sugar employers in this area was the Wailua Sugar Company. When the company was in full swing, they employed nearly 2,000 workers. However, due to rising production costs and flat sugar prices, the Wailua Sugar Mill shut down in 1996 after nearly 100 years in operation. Many of the early pineapple and sugar plantation laborers were from foreign countries, such as China, Japan, and the Philippines. Plantation villages, or camps, were set up to house the workers and their families. These villages reflected the different cultures the laborers brought with them. In fact, many cultural aspects of these plantation villages have endured and influenced life in Hawaii today. Over the years, Hawaii's agricultural land has shifted from being dominated by sugar and pineapple to a multitude of crops ranging from pineapple to coffee to tomatoes to flowers. In fact, today there are over over 40 different crops grown commercially, compared to only 28 grown commercially in the 1950s. Hawaii's agricultural industry is now much more diversified, and although its role has diminished, it still remains an important part of the state's economy, generating nearly $3 billion annually and providing for over 40,000 jobs. Aloha! We're Aloha DNA! Don't forget to check out our exclusive album in the Gift Center. For only $5, it features the original songs from this train ride, as well as the official theme song for the Pineapple Express, which is coming up right now. Don't you worry, just live carefree. It's to satisfy your deepest curiosities. Take my advice, you should ride on it twice to view the island's rarest paradise. Take a ride, feel some life on the mountainside. See the island's beauty from mountain to sky. Be our guest and take a breath of the air so fresh. Step out on the Pineapple Express. Ride on the Pineapple Express. Don't move fast, better relax. Feel the locomotive on the smooth train tracks. Smell that's so good, the senses just can't ignore. Bananas, mangoes, pineapples galore. Take a ride, you'll feel some life on the mountainside. See the island's beauty from mountain to the sky. Be our guest and take a breath of the air so fresh. Step out on the Pineapple Express. Ride on the Pineapple Express. Send your biggest shopper out to Pineapple Beach. Still with hair, he's looking all so sweet. Show your aloha and get ready for a treat. When the engine starts rumbling, you'll feel it in your feet. Just feel it in your feet. Oh, take a ride, you'll feel some life on the mountainside. See the island's beauty from mountain to high. Be our guest and take a breath of the air so fresh. Step out on the Pineapple Express. Ride on the Pineapple Express. Step out on the Pineapple Express. We hope you enjoyed the tour. There's a lot more to see and do here at Dole Plantation. Test your directional skills in the world's largest maze. Stroll through the plantation garden. Or cool down with a world-famous Dole Whip inside the gift center. If you plan on making your way to the North Shore, turn right as you exit the parking lot and head north on Kamehameha Highway for about 10 minutes. Besides having some of the world's best beaches, you'll also find dozens of unique shops, art galleries, and restaurants. Mahalo for taking a tour on the Pineapple Express. See you again soon. Aloha. Misty rain will fall, sun will always shine. Go and let your body soak it in. The weather brings you down, close your eyes and run. You'll find your happiness again. Just let it all hang loose. Don't worry about the news. Keep your head up high and let it fly. Let your intentions
それでは今日はこの辺でダーバン6304でした。